Hi, everybody. It's Tori from Avalon Enchanted. My apologies for running late. I completely lost track of time. I have been working on editing for some stuff that's coming up for May and June. I'm actually off um, right now and just taking a few minutes to do that. So a couple things, stick around for the end of this particular event. Broadcast because I am going to do a special reading for the full moon, which was actually Tuesday. Okay, so I will do that at the end of this particular broadcast. Okay, so right now I'm going to bring in the people from Facebook and we're going to get everything started. So hey everybody, it's Tori. My apologies. I lost track of time. Sorry about that. I have been working on doing some editing of some stuff that has kind of bogged me down a little bit, I guess you could say. I'm recording this. We're doing this live, but I'm also recording this, which is going to go up on the YouTube page under Tori McNally. So I always encourage people, if they're catching this as a replay, please do hashtag replay. Or if you'd like to wait for it to show up on YouTube, which will probably be by tomorrow at the latest, then I always put some special things on there, maybe some special readings, maybe some special talks, etc., on the YouTube page that I don't always do on Facebook. Okay, so it gives people the opportunity to be aware of some new things that are coming up, as well as any special readings and things like that. People who are going to be catching it on the YouTube reading will actually be catching a reading for the full moon, which was the 23rd. So technically, we always give ourselves 3 days coming, 3 days going for the full moon. Because I know energy has been a little wacky lately, so we'll see what's going on. But today I'm doing the ABC reading. The idea behind it is I have 3 scarab beads. Why do I have scarab beads? Because I've actually been twice to Egypt, and these were things that I came back with. So you're either going to choose the beige scarab. So the beige scarab. This is just a bead. See, just a bead. Beige scarab. That's A. The blue scarab. Okay. Blue scarab. That's B. And the turquoise scarab. Turquoise scarab. That's C. Okay. So A, B, or C, beige, blue, or turquoise. So I'm going to start out by doing the first reading for the beige scarab. So I hope everybody is doing well. Nice to see the sun. I'm still amazed that it's kind of cold. It's kind of, well, it's not funny, haha, but it's been interesting that we have had frost advisories overnight, the last couple nights. So it's one of those things where they tell you to take in all the tender plants and good stuff like that. So we have another one coming tonight. Since I'm not good with gardening, I don't have any plants that need to come inside. But it's funny that we have frost warnings and it's almost the end of April. So let's see what we got for the beige scarab. And a scarab, in case people are wondering, is a beetle. It's actually a dung beetle that ancient Egyptians would use to represent rebirth and life. The dung beetle would lay its eggs in, as you can imagine, piles of poo. And then the eggs would hatch, and it looked like the baby scarab beetles were basically coming up out of the poo, resurrection kind of deal. And the whole ancient Egyptian philosophy is a focus on cycles, really. You know, it's all about the cycles. It's all about the birth. It's all about life and living in the now. And then it's all about going into the afterlife and then starting again. So it was definitely very, very important. All right, let's take a look at the beige dung beetle, or I should say scarab. Okay, so it's known that King Tut was buried with a scarab that was made of Libyan desert glass, which, as we know, is a tektite. He also had a dagger with him, and the blade was actually from a meteorite as well. So it's questionable in terms of how the equipment to actually, hey Pamela, to actually form the blade was made. With ancient Egypt, we also have a lot of question marks when it comes to how a lot of the things were made, because when we actually look at some of the different places, like the temples and the tombs and so on, they're so intricately placed together, like literally you can't fit like a credit card through it, or you can't fit even like a human hair through it, because it's so tightly constructed together. So where was I going with this? So yeah, so he had a Libyan desert glass scarab beetle on his necklace that he was buried with. And interestingly enough, like I said, with the scarab, it was resurrection, it was afterlife, and the Libyan desert glass coming from another realm, I guess you could say. That's kind of how that was looked at. So let's take a look at the beige scarab. So Pamela, I have a beige scarab, I have a blue scarab, and then I have a turquoise scarab that I'm working with today. Those are my ABCs. Okay, so pick a scarab, any scarab. For the beige scarab, scarab A. Let's see. So it looks like things are kind of coming to a head this particular week coming up. So we're looking at the week of April 25th through May 1st. Okay. We have a lot of growth, but we also have a lot of a lot of excess. There's a lot of pressures, a lot of issues that need to be resolved, and it's going to require hard work. It's going to require ingenuity. It's going to require the need to dig deep and to kind of work through it. But you will find that with help, whether it be financial assistance, whether it be literally somebody assisting you with whatever project you might be working on, it's going to be coming into fruition. Now, that's not to say that there's going to be some questions or some developments that come about with this. One of the things that I'm hearing is there's a need for an outcome, okay? There's a need for working through this and working up the ladder on this. So if this is something that you've been kind of assigned a project and you've maybe been at work and there's just been a lot that's been on your shoulders, you're feeling kind of like you're just overworked, overburdened, overextended. You're almost near the finish line, which is great. This is the time where you really just do want to like dig deep and keep on moving forward, and don't be afraid to ask for help. We do have the Chariot, which is all about forward movement, and also the need to possibly, there may very well be some sort of trip coming. There may very well be some movement into making other decisions. Okay, but I do feel like what you're working on is going to come to fruition of some type of thing. You are going to need some assistance, but I do feel like it's going to keep on continuing to move forward and grow. With the Four of Coins. So let's see. It's interesting because to me, what pops up is the inability to share, the inability to you're kind of hoarding in some instances. So don't be afraid to look for the assistance. It's not a matter of pride. It's a matter of getting whatever project that you have going on over the finish line. Okay. So that's going to be something that's important. As far as the personal house is concerned, we have the Ace of Cups, which is a great card. It's all about abundance, fulfillment, great joy. So sometimes when we do reach the finish line, we may look a little battered and a little bit well, worse for wear, but in the long run, you're going to find that there's more success than what you think. All of these trials and tribulations of this process are going to get you where you need to be. But definitely keep things kind of close to your vest, but do ask for help, okay? I know that sounds like a total opposite, but I feel like that's going to be what's kind of needed in order to get what it is, accomplished, all right? So we have the Four of Cups, which is, we're looking for what we can't have, and you're going to find that maybe there are some parts of this project or of what's going on that are not going exactly the way that you may have planned or the way that you wanted them to go. But I will say it's not something to be disappointed in. We can focus on what we don't have. We can focus on what didn't come to fruition. We can focus on the process and how difficult it was. But in the long run, we also need to focus on the bigger picture of things. And as far as the bigger picture of things, we are finding that things are coming into, prospecting. Things are coming into fulfillment, and you will be happy with things. Eight of Swords, so crisis, calamity, domination. So I almost feel like the reason why we pulled the Eight of Swords is because you can kind of put yourself in your own imprisonment, basically self-sabotage, so I will be saying careful about that. Have hope, have faith. You are definitely inspired in order to help you work through this whole process. It is a process that's also a learning experience for you. And you will find that it will give you what you need. It may not necessarily give you everything that you want, but it will give you what you need. Okay. Again, like I said, the Star card, and then also the Page of Cups. So there's going to be there's going to be somebody that steps forward to give you sound advice, to seriously be trustworthy and help you, so you don't need to go this road alone. I think if you say no to help, then it's going to completely change the action of things, and it's going to change the overall energy of things. And I also think that that's going to help get you out of the self-sabotage mode, because you're going to have somebody helping you work on this together. Okay. So that's going to be something that's important. Go pull one more card and see what we get. We got the Lovers, which is all about trust and honor. And this is somebody that you can trust. This is somebody that you can have a good working relationship with. It's going to be one of those things where maybe you were a little hesitant, even though you do need to kind of keep things a little bit close to the vest, especially in the beginning. I think it's more so for your own comfort level. You do need to rely on somebody to work with this information and this project with you. Okay, so that is going to be something that is going to be needed, and I do feel like it's going to be a pleasant surprise that the by asking for help, or I should say accepting help, it is going to give you the opportunity to develop a good working relationship with this person. And it's going to help bring, or should say, take off some of the pressures on you. Okay. So that's where my mind is at, especially with the beige scarab beetle. All right. So we're going to pick up the cards. We're going to do a shuffle, and we're going to take a look at the cards for the blue scarab beetle. Okay. And again, if you're catching this as a replay, please do hashtag replay. So this is the blue one. And though they give those out as little gifties at some of the different places that we went to. They're just little, you know, it looks like porcelain that they may have worked with, and then just shaped and then little designs on. Blue is your choice, Pamela. Okay, we'll see what we got for you. Pamela, you were actually on our last Egyptian Zoom class, and I just wanted to mention that we're actually having another one on the 26th of May. And I'm really excited about it because it's going to be focusing on the medicines of ancient Egypt, what the priests and priestesses would work with, and some of the herbalism things that were used in ancient Egypt. So it's about how medicine was worked with through the priestly orders and priestess orders. And it's about some of the different herbal remedies and some of the different oils that may have been used. My friend Mohammed Ramadan, who is an Egyptologist that is located in Luxor, Egypt, is actually going to be joining us again. And we always do a really nice full overview of the topic. So if you know of somebody that is interested in herbalism, this would be a great one. If you know of somebody that's interested in Egypt and Egyptology and, you know, some of the Egyptian gods and goddesses and their myths, this is a great one as well. We always do a great guided meditation to a temple or to a tomb, or sometimes to a Stargate. You never know. So we are really excited about that coming up. So if you have any questions on that, by all means, let me know. I'm happy to answer them for you. All right, so I'm now working on B, which is the blue scarab beetle. It's interesting because I shuffled a lot actually. And there are some of the same cards have popped up, which I always find amusing. All right, so let's see what we've got. So for people who may have chosen the blue scarab beetle, this is a week where maybe things have been kind of coming at you left and right, and you are doing your best to try and be practical about things and to stay on track, you know. Use what you know, and use your common sense in order to help you kind of work through maybe some of the things that happened last week. Hey, Patty. And what I mean by this is maybe there were some friendships or some individuals that maybe you had some sort of argument with, or maybe it is work related, you know. It's a couple of different things that potentially you could be trying to work through, or you know, try and get back on track. Ahead of us though, I should say above us, is the Ace of Swords, which is all about determination and strength and triumph. So it's one of those things where, you know, if you've been kind of feeling like the whole universe has been dumping on you, then know that you are going to get through this. Again, it's going to be one of those things where you do need to dig deep, and you do need to kind of be positive on things, but there's a deep emotional connection. And like I said in previous videos, swords are very, very intellectual. So it's going to be one of those things where you are using, may not necessarily be the physical might, but you're using your head, you're using your brains in order to kind of work through some of this stuff. Now, in front of us, we do have the Eight of Swords, which is technically about crisis and conflict and so on. So, there may be some things that pop up this week that might be like, yeah, not necessarily be quite what you're looking for. There may very well be some fallout with what happened in previous weeks. But we have the Ace of Wands, which is about creations and beginning and starting and undertaking. So you will find yourself getting through it. I feel like this is more of an issue for people who've chosen B, that they need to stay in their head. They need to really kind of, yes, you lead with your heart, open and bring everything through your heart space. But this is going to be something where, intellectually speaking, a lot of what is going on this week is going to be very much in your head. Okay. And not necessarily coming from, leading from your heart space. Okay. We do have the Ten of Wands, which is carrying the weight of the world. It may very well be that there's some new opportunities that are going to be coming in for you. And they're very exciting, but you may feel a little bit overwhelmed. Pulled another card and I got the Ace of Cups, which is all about great abundance and fulfillment and productivity. So this is something where your work is going to pay off for you. People who've chosen B, even though you may be finding yourself kind of climbing out from underneath something that may have gone down, that maybe you have not necessarily been fully on board with, a major change or what have you, you are going to find that there are going to be some great changes that are coming your way, but you do need to use your mind. You do need to use your intellect and not necessarily have knee-jerk reactions that cause you to lead from your heart. Don't do something in haste, think it through. Okay. We have the Two of Wands, and then we also have the Lovers. So for me, I'm feeling that this is about, you're starting to kind of be on the upward trajectory. If you found that what happened was a door closing, this is the start of the next chapter, or the new door opening, and you're starting to really kind of put your foot in through the door, and you're starting to kind of set up shop, so to speak, and you're happy with what you see. It terrifies you. It may be one of those things where you're like, oh my God, what did I get myself into? But it's going to be one of those things where, you're going to find that believe in yourself is all I'm hearing. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself that you know more than you think you do. Don't be afraid to, rely on friends. Don't be afraid to ask for help. With some things, if there's a new business that you're in the process of creating, there may be one of those things where it's a joint venture with somebody that, income wise or financially speaking, you're kind of pooling money together in order to do something that is going to be making more impact. As far as what we have kind of on as the outcome, let's take a look at that. We got the Six of Swords, which is definitely, there may be some travel. I don't know if there's day trips planned, or if you're in the process of booking something, or if you're going to be finding that something that revolves around this project is going to require you kind of going further out of your initial footprint, so to speak. Okay, don't be afraid of that. We have the Two of Swords, which is all about harmony. Again, it's interesting. We have harmony, but then we also have, it's about direction. What direction do I go in? I always think of the Wizard of Oz. You can go this way, And with that being said, you're at a crossroad. Okay, you're at a crossroad, and this crossroad is going to give you the opportunity to really build in your own personal harmony. and to basically kind of offset some of the factors that may be that may have been maybe over, lurking. And I almost feel like sometimes, again, it's the self-sabotage, it's the what ifs, it's the shoulda, woulda, couldas, it's the, well, if I don't do this, what will happen? And, in that situation, if you don't do this, what is not going to happen? You know what I mean? Flip it. If you're focusing on something that, well, if I do this, am I gonna have a really bad reaction? You don't fully know. But if you do this, you may have a great, reaction. You have a great opportunity. So it's one of those things. We also have the Four of Wands, which is um again, the focus on the prosperity, the focus on the peace. It's almost like you're kind of now starting to acknowledge your um your um your path, your energy that you put into kind of working through this and making this be something that you want to continue to work with. It's almost like one of those things where we're kind of now starting to kind of see the fruits of our labor, and we're kind of resting, and we've put in a lot of the hard work. So that's telling me that what you put in this week is going to give you a positive result. All right. But keep your head in the game and do things from a place of head, not heart. All right. Head, not heart. Know that whatever direction you decide to go in, because you have many, is going to be one of those things where you're going to be fine. It could very well be that the direction that you go in may take you around and over and through and kind of intertwine with another path that's still going to the same place. But it's one of those things in terms of how you get there. You're going to get there to where you need to be. It's just, how is it going to happen along the journey? I just pulled another card and I got the Knight of Cups, which is, great opportunities to arrive. Something that, there may be some offers that come in. You might find that there's new things that pop up because of the direction that you chose. Okay. And this, the work that you've done in order to kind of help get yourself back on your path. All right. So just know that. All right. So let's take a look at C, which is the turquoise scarab. Turquoise scarab. Just going to do a shuffle, shuffle. And I had a card that fell out, so we'll put that to one side. What else is going on? So Saturday, I'm actually teaching a Crystals 101 class at A Touch of Magic from 12 to 2. And I'm also going to be reading at A Touch of Magic on Saturday from 11 to 5. So double duty. I plan on having the studio open on Sunday the 27th. If you're looking to come to Wickford or have a nice little day out. Wickford, actually, I'm really proud to say that Wickford was just voted in one of the magazines the second best small town in America. And it's an absolutely beautiful little village in North Kingstown. What else is going on? I'm looking at my calendar, so bear with me. The first weekend in May, I am doing a psychic fair, both Saturday and Sunday the 5th. And then we have Harbor Lights on the 10th. We have some new things coming out that we're going to be, we've already put up on the Facebook. I'm sorry, not on Facebook. Yeah, somewhat on Facebook. And also on the Eventbrite page. But we have a Mother's Day table tipping in May. We have a Father's Day table tipping in June. We have a what is it? Summer solstice, what is it? Summer solstice pyramid meditation and labyrinth walk that's going to be happening. And then we also have Cindy's Awaken series that she's putting up. And then we also have another cool event. Oh yeah, it's the Wesak full moon in May. So Wesak, if people are like, what the hell is that? Wesak, W-E-S-A-K, or sometimes pronounced or sometimes spelled with a V, V-S-A-V-S-A-K, V-E-S-A-K, is basically the party of the year, I guess you could say, for the Ascended Masters. Every full moon in May, the Ascended Masters gather in Shambhala, and they gather to look to see what needs to be done for humanity and so on. So we are going to be crashing their party and taking a look and seeing inside Shambhala through guided meditation. And we're also going to be seeing what Ascended Masters step forward for us, because there's a lot of them that attend this. That's what I got going on for May and June. And like I said, Cindy is doing her Awaken series, and I believe she also has an energy healing circle coming up too. All right. This is C. This is the turquoise scarab beetle. So it's good that the moon is down beneath. I'm glad to see that. Okay. And the card that popped out, I'll put over here too. All right. Then I want to look at the last card on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So let's talk about this. So we have the Ace of Cups, which is fulfillment and perfection, new opportunities coming in. There may have been some issues where things were not necessarily kind of coming to fruition the way you wanted them to before, but it's like now it's coming in. It's going to be one of those things where you are going to have to it's interesting, because what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing are two very different things. What I want to say about this is crossing the Ace of Cups is the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is all about, success. And I always usually call it the happy bastard card, because it's like things are going well, things are clicking and good stuff like that. But what I'm hearing is different. What I'm hearing is you may have had things kind of come to fruition through something that may not necessarily have been a proper way, or maybe corners were cut, but you've gotten to the point where it's come to fruition what it is that you wanted, and you may kind of be happy about it, but you need to be careful about wishing what you were be careful what you wished for, is what I'm attempting to say. Be careful what you wished for. You may find that what you thought you wanted is different from what you actually have. And like I said, some of the things may have been done in a manner to kind of maybe some dishonesty, maybe corner cutting, maybe I'm hearing cutting people out of certain things in order to kind of get what you want. And then when you do get what you want, you may feel like, hey, this is great. But honestly, what I'm hearing is be careful what you wish for, because coming up, I have the Page of Wands. who can be about a bearer of important news. But then I have justice and I have strength. And those two cards are the two cards I really want to focus on. You know, the justice, as we say, she has the sword in one hand, she has the scale of justice in the other hand. And, you know, again, being careful of what you wish for, you may find that there's more than what you bargained for. Let me pull another card, the Emperor. So this is all about stability, leadership. Just be careful. There, following that is the Strength card, which is also about control over a situation, digging deep and making sure that, you know, you're using your strength in order to kind of help rewrite the ship. So think long and hard about what it is that you want and how it's going to affect you moving forward, because it's gonna touch off something that potentially is going to be something that might require paperwork, something that might require legal action. Just know that. It could also be that how you were able to kind of get yourself to what it was that you wanted, you kind of bent the rules on things. Okay. So this is going to be something that's important to try and rewrite that ship. Looking at some of the other cards, we have the Six of Wands, which again is all about triumph and advancement. It's also about effort, wanting recognition. It could very well be that, you know, you're working through this in order to, you're doing this in order to get the recognition you feel that you want and need and deserve. Or it could very well be that you're doing something and you really do have to kind of work really hard in order to get the recognition that should be yours. We have the Three of Wands, which is about practical knowledge. Again, it's going to be about taking the emotion out of some of the things that are going on, and kind of keeping yourself grounded that way. There may be some things that kind of lead to that, again, come to a head, because we do have the Eight of Swords, which is all about conflict and you know, crisis. So what I'm going to say is that this may not necessarily be the path that you were expecting it to lead to. Okay. Hierophant, which is all about well, it's all about traditional, you know, tradition. Maybe you're bucking tradition, or maybe you were kind of going out and doing things on your own and kind of flying by the seat of your pants. But interestingly enough, you know, the other card that pops up is the Devil card, which is about downfall, lack of success, weird experiences, unexpected failure. So be careful of what, starting off this week, be careful of your actions this week, and think long and hard about what it is that you want from the situation, and is it in your highest and best? How you did it or how you're doing it, is it in your highest and best? Those are questions you're going to have to ask yourself. If it's not coming from your highest and best, then you may need to kind of change some things in order to try and redirect things. Okay. So interestingly enough, the card that flew out of the deck at the very beginning was the Nine of Swords, which again is all about misery and concern and unhappiness and quarrel. So it's not going to necessarily be an easy flowing ride for you this week. Okay. Hey, Inez. We also have the Hanged Man. I mean, there may be, this is about transition. It is about change. It's a reversal of one's way of life. But it could also mean that you're kind of stuck in it. So that was at the bottom of the deck. And if I pull another card, I have the Knight of Wands, which is about journeying into the unknown. So, really be careful about what it is that you are really looking to do, and what you're looking to get out of it. Be careful what you ask for, and be aware that this might be coming from a place where things may not necessarily have been on the up and up. I don't know if that's on the up and up on your end or on somebody else's end. But from what I do see, it's like you're going to get what it is that you wanted, but is it really what you wanted? And is it in your highest and best? And the cards are looking like, maybe not. So be careful. I have the Three of Cups, which is about resolution, or a resolution of a problem. So there is a solution, there is a resolution, but it's gonna take some time, I feel. That's gonna go beyond this week, to be perfectly honest with you, for the people that chose C, the turquoise scarab beetle. It's interesting because there were a couple of cards that popped up from the beige scarab beetle reading and the blue scarab beetle reading. Eight of Swords has been one that has been pretty consistent. What else has been pretty consistent? Three of Wands has been consistent. So this is just something that you want to kind of make yourself aware of. All right. So if you are catching this as a replay, I just want to say thank you. And if you're catching this live, I want to say thank you as well. Again, everything has been recorded and sent up, or it's going to be sent up to our YouTube page, which is under Tori McNally, where you'll be able to watch the entire reading. And like I said, there are always different things that are on there that I don't put into the Facebook reading. So there's going to be a reading about the full moon from the 23rd until the next full moon, which is going to be, I want to say, May 23rd. So, that's a whole month worth of energy to kind of take a look and see what's going on. There are going to be some other things that you might find mentioned on there as well. Hopefully you have checked us out in Wickford. The weather is starting to get nice. So Cindy and I are there on a limited basis. If there's something specific that you're looking for, contact us. If you're looking to set an appointment, we can do appointments either in person there in Wickford or remote. Either is fine. We try and have the studio open on weekends. Cindy tries to have it open on her day off, usually midweek. But that is dependent upon what else is going on. So I plan to have the studio open on Sunday the 28th. So if there's something that you're looking for, or just looking for a nice day out and enjoying the spring weather, by all means, stop by, say hi. We're located at 24 Brown Street, which is across the street, or I should say diagonally across the street from Yes Gallery and J.W. Graham and Teddy Bear Skins. We're on the back side of the building, so our entrance is actually on Spink, S-P-I-N-K Street, Spink Street. So we're like on the other side of the street, on the other side of Spink Street from, what is it? Spring Pottery, basically. Anyhow, take care, everybody. Hope you have a great day, great week, whenever you're watching this, and we'll catch you later. So stay tuned. Now that's over. Let me just do this real quick. All right. So I am going to do a reading, like I said, for the full moon energy. that will take us from full moon to full moon. Okay. Right now, I feel like the energy that has started coming into the planet from the eclipse back on the 8th has been a little bit of a wild ride for a lot of people. And I feel like there's been a lot of turmoil. Things have been kind of uprooted for people, that maybe some things that they weren't expecting have happened. Maybe some things that people were expecting did not go quite the way they were expecting them. I know for me, I've had a lot of strangeness with just a lot of things hitting all at once. And communication has definitely been a little bit of a challenge. But, it is what it is. So, oh, card flew out. So let's see what we get for the month. Sorry about that. I needed to pause it super quick. There's the dog barking. We have somebody coming over to look at our yard for mowing, because the guy that we usually use has decided that he's cutting some things back, no pun intended. Anywho, let's see what we got going on. It's been interesting because the cards that I've been seeing, and this has been more than just this week, because Cindy and I kind of swap back and forth with sharing the reading duties for the weeks. But one of the things that I keep on seeing is the Six of Coins, or the Six of Pentacles, which is all about generosity, kindness, things like that. And sometimes I really feel that this is also about asking for help when you need it. And if someone offers help, accepting it. So that's something that I really want to focus on. Asking for help when you need it, and saying yes to help when it's offered. All right. It's interesting. We have the Queen of Swords covered by the Two of Swords. So again, what direction are we going in? Above us is the Six of Coins. We want to give ourselves the opportunity to kind of see where things go, but in the same token, if you don't need to reinvent the wheel, and if somebody offers you help on something, is it in your highest and best? If you're going to help somebody, is it in your highest and best? Those are questions that you should ask yourself. So again, we have the Three of Wands before us, Six of Wands. So to me, this is saying that there's a lot of good opportunities coming in. There's a lot of advancement, and good news, and just things kind of clicking, so it's something that potentially is a good thing. I always say that wands are creative, they're fiery. Sometimes we need to light a fire under our butts in order to kind of get things done, or to, do certain things the way that they're supposed to be done, so we don't cut corners. So wands are going to be one of the things that I feel like is going to be really important for this particular moon cycle. All right. It's a focus on the creativity. It's the focus also on fairness and doing things in balance. The Justice card, she has the sword, but she also has the scales of justice, which to me in this reading is about making sure that you're staying in balance. So you're staying in balance with the likes of friends and family. You're staying in balance with yourself. You can accomplish things. Interestingly enough, in the emotional house, we have the Emperor. And one of the things I want to say about this is that we all have masculine and feminine energy. So with this, masculine energy is all about doing, going out and doing things, business things. Feminine energy is about creativity, bringing things in. Okay. So with that being said, to me, this is a focus on something that you're trying to kind of maybe make or influence or craft as something for the future moving forward, which would require your masculine side because that's more of your business side, right? It may very well be something that you're creating, which is the feminine part, but then you have the actual business piece, that's the masculine side. All right. So that I feel is going to be important. If I pull another card, I get the King of Wands. So we have a lot of wands in this reading. You know, the Three of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Page of Wands, the King of Wands. So again, this is somebody that is very creative, but can be a little out there. So they might be a little flaky. You might have to kind of reel them in. But they may not necessarily kind of because they're so focused on the creative, they don't necessarily focus on the business side of things. So if you find that you tend to be all creative, then you need to bring in your business side. If you're all business, then you need to also balance that with your creative side. Okay. So that's going to be something that's really important. We do have the Strength card, which is about having control over a situation. It's also about digging deep and determination. Got the Queen of Cups. So there may be some emotional decisions that might be coming up. What do I mean by that? Well, Ace of Wands, again, more wands. Creation, beginning, invention. I just feel like you may find that what you do, you have to do differently. I don't necessarily feel it's a bad thing. I don't necessarily feel that it's like one of those things where you're in over your head, but I feel like you're just going to have to kind of do things a little bit differently from how you may have been thinking of doing it. Okay. We do have the Moon card, so there is a little bit of not seeing the full picture on things. And I think that may be why there's the need for the balance. Because with the King of Wands, like I said, he's the type of guy that's all Mr. Creative and kind of goes by the beat of his own drum and can be a little flaky, like I said. But we have the Emperor that is all about accomplishment and stability and definitely very male, you know. So to me, this is balancing both sides. Yeah, feeling overburdened. You I know for me, when it comes to some things, I am completely overwhelmed by certain things that my husband is not, there's certain things that I find that I can do in my sleep that he's overwhelmed by. So it's just kind of how our chemical makeup is, how we're put together. But I think this may very well be one of the reasons as to why we have the if somebody asks for help, or if you're volunteering, this may be one of the reasons as to why you need to, that it's going to help produce the balance. Okay, it's going to help produce the balance. So like I said, the Deception and Moon card, we're not seeing the full picture on things. So proceed carefully. It's great to be creative, but have your feet on the ground. Okay. And I feel like the relationship that you may find with this individual that you're looking to maybe partner with on this, whatever it is, it's going to be it's going to be a good matchup. If I pull another card, Yeah, Six of Swords, a trip, a journey, voyage. So overcoming difficulties to some degree, but you guys are going to figure it out together, I feel. And that's where you have that equilibrium that needs to be balanced. The card that flew out of the deck is the Knight of Coins. So this person definitely is a good person to kind of work with. They're responsible. They have a good head on their shoulders. And it's like one of those things where they have similar vision. They have similar vision. So that's a good thing. So let's take a look at the overall. So that's kind of an overall reading of what we have for what's going to happen from until May 23rd between the full moons. Okay. If I threw down some cards just to kind of see what's going on with the overall feeling of things, I guess you could say temperature of things. We get the King of Coins, we get the Empress, and we get the Four of Wands. So to me, that means that there is that mixing of male and female energy, and there is experienced leader with basically combined with the creativeness of the Empress, and also having a lot to offer, a lot of strengths, a lot of motivation to bring forward. And interesting, like I said, the Four of Wands, which does bring about harmony, it brings about prosperity. It's also a resting period. So this may very well be telling you not to go rushing out and try and like throw whatever you can against the wall to see what sticks. Do things in a methodical way. Give yourself the opportunity to do things over time, and kind of slow and steady wins the race, I guess is the best way to put it. You're going to get where you need to go anyhow. It's just that think things out, Knight of Wands, Nine of Swords, Three of Cups. So, partnerships are up and down. Okay, whether it be relationships, whether it be working relationships, whether it be jobs, you're going to find that there may be some things that kind of, you kind of work together and you're up here, and then maybe you're plateauing, and then something else happens and you're going further up. So that's good. You just don't want to go from here all the way up to here, and not have any type of integration during this time period. All right. So give yourself time to integrate. And I feel that's also one of the reasons as to why we're getting the Four of Swords. Give yourself time to prepare things properly and to do things the way they're supposed to be done, not half-ass them, not cut corners. Give yourself that time to do that. And you're going to find that overall, things are going to be okay. We got the Three of Cups, which is, fulfillment, coming together. I also think it's going to bring you and that other individual together, so those are some other things to think about. So that's what's kind of going on in terms of energy. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with some other stuff with Avalon Enchanted. So Avalon Enchanted is turning 1, at least the actual location is turning 1. We actually turned 1 in March. But we are celebrating it in May. And the reason why we're celebrating it in May is because we wanted to give enough time for people to be able to come and see us, you know? It's a great little location located in Wickford, and it is really comfy and cozy in there, whether it be you're there for a reading or whether it be you're there for a healing, an event, or even a training, and also even a one-on-one, coaching. It's a really great space for that. It's nice. It's small, but it's nice. It's cozy. The energy in there is really, really feeling great, and we're really happy to be there. So, with that being said, we are doing some special things for the birthday. And I wanted just to talk a little bit about this. So let me grab my notebook here because there's a lot that I'm juggling right about now. Not only is it different classes and stuff like that, but it's a bunch of other stuff, which I am not going to get into at the moment because there's way more stuff going on than I have time for. Give me a second. No, that's not it. I know I'm going to find it. It's going to be here somewhere. Like on the left-hand side of my page. One of the things that I'm in the process of developing is a huge crystal curriculum, which I'm actually really, really proud about because I really do enjoy teaching about crystals. And this is going to be one of those things that's going to be a big, like, certification type of thing that's going to cover everything, and it's going to be people who are just learning about crystals. It's going to cover stuff that is people who are looking to kind of work with crystal healing. It's going to cover how to work with crystals within the magical world, a little bit of everything. So I'm actually really, really excited for it and am looking forward to it really kind of coming to fruition. I think it's going to be something that is going to be really, really good. Why can't I find this? Let me see if it's it. Nope, that's not it. I know it's here. I have so much stuff in this book. You'd think that in the front. Here it is. All right. So now through May 17th, actually, sorry, now through May 24th. If you go online to our Avalon Enchanted Facebook page or our YouTube page or our Eventbrite page, and you like, share, follow, and comment, you'll be registered for our raffle that we are going to be having. So we are going to be offering an opportunity for people to get a service for free from either Tori or Cindy. And you can choose whether it be if you want a reading, if you want a healing, you get to choose. This is a thank you for people who have been so kind to support us over the year, and for all the people that have been kind to support Avalon Enchanted even before this. So we are hosting on May 17th the Avalon Enchanted birthday open house, and that is going to be a great event. Our rain date is Friday, May 24th. That's why I said through the 24th, okay? So if it rains, we're going to do it May 24th. But basically, on that, either the 17th or the 24th, we are going to be offering 15-minute mini readings for $24. And we are going to offer 15% off of product, in-stock product. And if people want to book an in-person or virtual service between now and the 24th of May, you can do that for 25% off. Okay, so 25% off for booking a service that you need to use between now and July 31st of 2024. 25% off between now and July 31st of 2024 to purchase a service at 25% off with either Tori or Cindy. Okay. So that is what we're doing. We are planning on doing a really fun event. Literally, it's going to be a birthday party. So we're excited, you know. We have a lot of really cool things going on. We have a lot of cool events that are going on as well that you definitely want to check out. The Egyptian event has been phenomenal. The Egyptian Zoom event, we have that coming up on May 26th. Our next one is going to be about herbalism, ancient Egyptian herbalism, and the priests and priestesses who were responsible for, they were the doctors. They were the doctors and the wise women, I guess you could say, of ancient Egypt. So we're going to be talking about that with Mohammed Ramadan. My nose is so itchy, which usually means spirits around. We're going to be talking about that with Mohammed Ramadan at 2 o'clock on the 26th. So that is going to be a fun event. So definitely you don't want to miss that. So it's called Healing of the Gods, Ancient Egyptian Medicine Wisdom, or Medicinal Wisdom, rather. It is $88 per person. It starts at 2 o'clock. It is held on Zoom. So that way, anywhere in the world, you can view it. And Mohammed will be Zooming in from Cairo, Egypt. So I also want to talk a little bit about some oils that I am in the process of making. And this is kind of a really cool announcement. So as you may know, I launched the mystery pinatas. And the mystery pinatas are $66 each. They're these really adorable little unicorn pinatas. And they have in there, I'm not going to tell you, but they have some cool stuff in there. So those are available. We have 5 left. But the other thing I wanted to mention is there's 2 oils that I've just created, and there's another one I'm in the process of working on. So the one that I'm in the process of working on, for those who are tied into ancient Egyptian stuff, I am creating my own Sekhmet oil. So I've already placed it out in the solar eclipse on the 8th. And that is going to be coming together soon. And then it will be bottled and available for sale. But we have right now a new oil that's coming out. It's called, I'm drawing a total blank, Lemurian unicorn oil. So it's an oil that focuses on the unicorn energy that's tied in with Lemuria, and it's tied in with the 7th dimension that the unicorns live in. So that is going to be something special that you're not going to want to miss. It is something that, because they're from the seventh dimension, they're very much tied in with the angelic. They're tied in with the Lemurian energy, but also a lot of the cosmic energy. You know, people don't necessarily understand that unicorns are tied in with the cosmic stuff as well. So that is going to be available soon. It's ready. It just needs to be bottled. I've already designed the labels for that, and also the write-up for that. I just need to finish, I just need to get the labels printed, and then that will be ready and bottled. I have right now 1 bottle left of Unicorn Realm oil. So if people are interested in that, that is something that allows you to connect with your heart space, and to also connect with finding, well, basically connecting with your personal unicorn through the energy. So it's a great meditation oil that smells really nice, and has a lot of great things in it. It has pink tourmaline in it, in the bottle, and it comes in a really cute pink bottle. Like I said, I have 1 bottle left of that. I only did a small run of that. But the Lemurian unicorn oil will be arriving very shortly. Um, I mentioned that. I mentioned that. See if there's anything else. Oh, one other thing I want to mention. So, because we have Mother's Day coming up in May and Father's Day coming up in June, I decided to do a table tipping in May dedicated to people wanting to connect with their moms, their grandmothers, their aunts, etc. And then in June, I have a table tipping that's dedicated to people wanting to connect with their dads, their uncles, their grandfathers. So that's a good way of connecting. I have the VSAC, which I talked a little bit about earlier. That is on May 23rd. And that will be a fun event. I've done that event before. It's focused on Buddha and Buddha's birthday, because Buddha is the one that basically oversees Shambhala. And we're going to talk about Buddha and how he is as an ascended master, and like I said, go into the ascended masters area within Shambhala. And then in June, I have a really cool event, which I've just been finishing up, and it's going to be posted very, very shortly. But the event is basically a summer solstice event. So it's actually going to be held during the day, like 10 in the morning. I wanted to try a daytime event, but going to be held at 10 in the morning. And this particular event is going to be a guided labyrinth meditation. No, sorry, let me take that back. It's going to be a guided Egyptian pyramid meditate. No, a guided pyramid meditation. I actually have a copper pyramid that's 8 feet by 8 feet. So it's actually all of the same angles as the Great Pyramid in Egypt. And that pyramid I'm going to be setting up. We're going to be using and using the energy of the copper pyramid to help with healing, to help with expanding our bandwidth for people who are magical. That's going to be an element of helping people utilize the copper, utilize the ancient geometry, the sacred geometry. And we're going to couple that also with a pyramid walk. Sorry, a labyrinth walk. My apologies, labyrinth walk. So this pyramid meditation and labyrinth walk is going to be held on the 22nd during the day, so people can enjoy it out in the sun. It's going to be taking place off-site, so it's not going to be at the studio. You do need to do it in person, but you're going to do it off-site. I'm in the process of checking out a couple of places that I'm looking to do it at. So right now the actual site is to be determined, but I think this is going to be fabulous because people are going to have the opportunity. It's going to be $22. People are going to have the opportunity to work with the pyramid energy and the energy of the Great Pyramid and the energy of copper and the energy of the labyrinth. So it's probably going to be a spiral labyrinth, but we'll see. Like I said, I have some irons in the fire. And the labyrinth walk is going to help us with our mindfulness. It's also going to help us with allowing us to put things into perspective. And when we couple that with, like I said, the pyramid, I think it's going to be a really transformative event. So that's $22, and that's going to be happening on June 22nd. So that's kind of what's going on. If you are interested in a reading, please let me know or let Cindy know. Message us here, message us on Facebook at Avalon Enchanted. You can email Tori that's Tori at avalonenchanted.com. You can message us on Eventbrite. So please remember to like, share, comment, and follow us on Facebook and Eventbrite. That gets you registered for the raffle for the birthday party that we're doing for the free service. And then check back with us because we always have some cool things going on. We have Waterfire that's going to be coming up. I'm sorry, not Waterfire, Harbor Lights. Harbor Lights. Harbor Lights is going to be happening on Friday, May 3rd. Sorry, Friday, May 10th. So we are preparing to be there for that. And then I have some other things that are going on, including a crystal class at A Touch of Magic on April 27th from 12 to 2. I'm reading that day from 12 to 2. I'm reading May 4th and May 5th at their fair from like 11 to 5 or 11 to 4. And then I'm also teaching a class on chakras, Introduction to Chakras on May 18th. So there's a lot going on. Stay tuned. Again, May 26th is the Healing of the Gods, Ancient Egyptian Medicinal Wisdom. So check that out too. If you have any questions or would like anything that, whether it be product, let us know if there's anything in particular. Reading, whether it be in person or remote, hit us up. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.